Growing up, did anything make you more furious than finding out that a specific movie or video game that you loved got mediocre reviews? Like seriously, does anything make you question your life more than people hating on a movie, music band, TV show, or specifically a video game that you loved? As retro gamers, we take that criticism personally. Nah man, we're not going to accept it. We're not folding like origami under a school history textbook that has a huge cock drawn under Genghis Khan on page 269. No. I'm gonna fight you on this until you like it. So sit your ass down, shut up, and listen to what I have to say, cause you're gonna like this game. This game, of course, is Neo Contra. No, not this Neo, even though this move right here in the game's intro is obviously taken from the main lobby shootout scene in the first Matrix. Or how about this handshake right here? Clearly from Predator, right? Dylan, you son of a bitch. What's the matter? Does see I got you pushing too many pencils, huh? But with the release of Contra Operation Galuga, I feel like it's a good time to take a look at one of the series' lesser known titles, Thomas Anderson Contra.
My name is Neo.
But this game is solid. Don't believe me? Just look for yourself. I mean, look at this. This is classic run and gun action. This is arcade goodness. Non-stop enemies coming at you from behind like a liquored up sex offender. Missiles flying at you in all directions. Bullets being sprayed like you're cornered in a game of paintball. Now this is Contra. Listen to the music for Christ's sakes. It goes from heavy metal riffs to a Tempest 2000 techno beat. Just classic, good nonsense. But wait a minute, you ready for this? According to Metacritic, this game only got a 65%, indicating mixed reviews. Ooh, so sorry it's not Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Mr. Critic. I mean look, 65% is not a terrible score, but just 65%? At least give it another 4% to make it a solid number. But why do I love this game when it just got mixed reviews? Am I just a dumbass? Or maybe I'm just not a massive dork who nitpicks every minor detail and has the mental capacity to come to the conclusion that when a game is fun, it's fun. Take the movie Independence Day, for example. Classic 90s action. This movie was so goddamn epic when it got released. It was the perfect summer blockbuster. However, on Metacritic, the film scored a 59%, indicating mixed or average reviews. Dude, 59%? Are you serious? Okay bro, we get it. It's not The Godfather Part 2 or Gone with the Wind, but Jesus Christ, 59%? Did we just watch the same movie? Yeah, average reviews, but the movie made $1 billion at the box office, right? How can something be so successful, but just be average? It's like your girlfriend of 6 months breaking up with you and being like, oh hey, this was an amazing 6 months, but the sex was just below average. Wait, what? But let's dive deeper into this unrated running gun. Released in October of 2004, the same month Martha Stewart got sent to jail and a 17-year-old Lionel Messi made his league debut for FC Barcelona. Yeah, it's that old. This was a PS2 exclusive and a direct follow-up to Contra Shattered Soldier, which is also another amazing game. However, the big difference is that this game returns to the multi-directional shooter format through an isometric view and departs from the traditional side-scrolling shooter formula that you saw, in Contra 3, Alien Wars, and the first Contra on the NES. Honestly, I actually love the isometric view type of games, but that's just me. But I missed out on this growing up because I never owned a PS2. I was an OG Xbox guy, mainly because I loved the first 2 Halo games. I can't even tell you how many hours I wasted playing those games up at Seton Hall University in Bowland Hall and Xavier Hall during my freshman and sophomore years of college with my now brother-in-law and my old college buddies, but goddamn, those were the good old days. Nothing like an old school LAN party, right? But at the same time, I missed out on tons and tons of classics that were released on the PS2. But now that I'm a little bit older, lost my virginity, and I'm still a giant tool bag, I have the autonomy to buy games, and I'm making up for lost times. I will say that the biggest challenge with this game is the controls, which honestly, it's actually not that bad. You don't have the twin stick controls like you would in Robotron 2084, but instead you have a dual lock system with the L and R2 buttons. One lock is where your player is strafing and shooting in one direction, which is my go-to, and the other is staying locked in place and you're able to shoot in a 360. Now, without locking yourself, you can just run and gun as you please, and it's all mayhem. Of course, each area of the game will require a specific lock feature, so strategy does come into play here, and this is where your knowledge of the levels will become an important part of advancing. That's right, the old memorizing levels, true Contra style. But honestly, the controls are not that bad. At first they seemed a little, wonky or unusual, but after playing the first stage a couple times, I got used to it and I really started to enjoy the game. Now there's a total of 7 stages in the game. Like the game before it, Shattered Soldier, the 4 initial stages can be played in any order. The 5th stage can only be selected after clearing the first 4 stages, while the 6th and 7th stages are only available if the player maintains an above average grade. I kinda like that formula because it kinda forces you to get good at the game. No need to enter the Konami code, sir, because they already did it for you in the options menu. Bam! Right here. Easy difficulty grants 30 lives, but on the easy mode, it's impossible to view the game's ending, so the days of being a bitch and beating the game with 30 lives is out the window. Normal mode it is, my man. It offers 5 lives as you start and 7 continues, but as you unlock features and get through the game, you can actually add lives that goes from 5, 7, 9, etc. So actually, the more you play it, the easier it will become on the normal mode. And trust me, you're gonna need every single life. Trust me, dude. In true Contra form, this game is tough. It's not the hardest Contra game. That probably goes to Contra Hardcore, in my opinion, on the Sega Genesis. But still, this game ain't no walk in the park. And of course, we have to talk about the weapons. A change to the game is the removal of weapon power-ups. In this game, you must choose what type of weapons you want in the beginning to play with the whole game. Kind of reminds me of an old school shmup like on the 4th or 5th generation, like Batsugun, where you have to choose what type of ship you want before you start. I don't know, it's kind of a cool change, but I like it. That's just my opinion. Me personally, I prefer Type A, the machine gun, grenade launcher, and lock-on missile. But again, these choices give the game awesome replay value, and hey, to each his own, provolone. Just like the game before, Shattered Soldier, this game has a hit rate system which measures the number of enemies destroyed and acts as your overall performance on the level. A high hit ratio, along with how often you die, is essential to unlock features and different endings. The good thing is that you can replay previously completed stages to achieve better grades before proceeding to the 5th stage. Now, I haven't played this game in some time, so I'm getting more D's than the Kardashians right now. Usually I get B's like Thomas J from My Girl, you know what I'm saying? But overall, this game is awesome. At the timing of this video in 2024, it's selling $20 through an auction on eBay, and totally worth it in my opinion. Don't be a cheap fuck. If you're watching this, I know you own a PS2 or a PS3 that plays PS2 games, so just pick it up, man. It's fun as hell and a great addition to the Contra series. Yeah, it might not have impressed the so-called experts, but fuck them. What do they know, right? I mean, take a look at the reviews from the movies Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, for Christ's sakes. All average reviews. Like, dude, just stop. These movies are timeless classics and a solid A or B in my book. I don't need some sissy-ass bitch expert telling me what's funny or what's fun to play. I'll stick to what I know and what I enjoy. But definitely give this game a chance. If you're a fan of the series, you'll definitely like this game. It won't make any top PS2 game list, and it's definitely not the best in the series, but the game has it where it counts. It's fun as hell, and that's all that matters when it comes to playing video games.
But that's impossible. How?